Alright guys, how we doing? I hope everyone is doing well today. Thanks a lot for tuning in. As always, really appreciate it. Shout out to all the subscribers. Gratitude to anyone new. Welcome along. Let's talk about this rematch that happens this Friday between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. The first fight was for the undisputed, right? Featherweight, I think it was, or super featherweight actually. I'll leave it on the bottom if I'm wrong, but highly controversial, let's be honest. You know, that was a borderline robbery. I personally thought Serrano did more than enough to win, personally. I also thought they could have quite easily stopped that fight in the 5th round. I mean, I even timed it. It was about something like 50 seconds of just one-way traffic with just clean, hard shots being landed. I'll pull up some clips as I'm talking, like sporadically.
He's holding on for dear life.
Look at Amanda Serrano!
Amanda's hammering away.
So I don't get the video pulled for copyright, but basically,
Well, we wondered if Amanda Serrano's power would go up to 135, and the way it has below 130, it absolutely has.
at the very least, that should have been a 10-8 round, but you know, many other fights that would have been stopped. You know, I'm always one to like to see the fighters go on and fight because, you know, reasons like that, and even the Fury-Usyk fight, it gives them an opportunity to be a champion and to rise up and come back. But I wouldn't have had a problem if they stopped that fight. And as I said, that was absolutely a 10-8 round. So, you know, I felt like she got a bit hard done by Amanda Serrano. And I think she definitely feels that because the way that she sounds, and I've been following her on Twitter, on Instagram, and I've been really paying attention.
Another hard workout on the books. 8 rounds of hard sparring, never easy. Tonight, do some sprints. I'm ready, November 15th.
To like her energy specifically, you know, like I keep it unbiased on this channel, but I've been following her more, and she really, I think she's really gonna go for the KO big time, because I don't know for sure, but just the way she's been training, the power shots she's been putting in on the bag. Just the way she sounds about doing, she's doing hard sparring. I'll try and pull up some clips as I'm talking that I've been watching and listening to, because if you pay close attention, quite often, you know, that's the energy leading into the fight, because I think obviously she knows and understands that she's not going to want to leave it to the judges, because she did last time, but you know, she put so much into that 5th round. I think that she probably just gassed out a little bit after that because she was really gunning for the KO, and I don't blame her. But in terms of the technicalities, it's more of a keys to victory / breakdown video, no particular order. But I think Serrano, one thing that was happening quite a lot, which Katie Taylor, give her credit for, she got quite fast hands, Katie Taylor.
A very versatile puncher. Good hand speed from Katie Taylor.
I haven't really watched loads of her, to be honest with you, and she's definitely got really fast hands, but she's also got a really lovely check hook, which she was catching Serrano with a lot.
Of throwing her punches, but then not bringing them back to her face afterwards. Wins one shot. Serrano needs to keep punching. Statement to make.
So keys from both sides of those are, you know, obviously Taylor, I think she should use that check hook more. But when Serrano came in, she would drop her right hand, right? As a southpaw, she was trying to land that left, and she would constantly just throw it in like that and get checked hooked. And you know, there's ways around that, obviously keeping your hand up. You could obviously bait Katie Taylor in, because she was, you know, catching her a lot with it. So look out for that check hook from both sides. And if you are sort of Serrano, I would try to bait her in, maybe catch it, keep your hand up for sure, and just try to you know, not get too overzealous and walk straight into shots like that, because when you are coming in on a shot, you're going to take more power from it, even though I don't think she was hurt from any of the shots, to be honest with you, Serrano. But you know, that's something to look out for. Another thing, Serrano's best punch, and I've talked about this, I'll actually leave a link for a video I made on her punch technique. And shout out to my brother Rafael Rivera, El Hijo Prodigo. He's my friend. Basically, he's a musician as well, an artist, and he basically sent me an a cappella for the music that he made for Amanda Serrano when she fought Bermudez, I think it was, back in 2021, something like that. I'll leave that at the end, and that's the intro to the scientific video I did, breaking down her punches in quite a lot of detail. But one of the things I highlighted in there was like she really loves that backhand straight to the belly.
Amanda wind up big for a body shot there to a...
This is a player going to get the job done. I think she's got steps her base.
Like she really generates so much power from it, puts her shoulders all the way through it, turns it over, and she was landing that quite a lot. And I think that definitely pushed back and definitely hurt Taylor a few times. But you know, landing it is definitely there, and she should throw it a lot more too. I think one thing she definitely sometimes when she walks in, she does the same thing as what Boots Ennis does, where she'll walk front foot and then she'll kind of cross her feet over like that. It can cause, you know, not too many problems, but I think it could be cleaned up, is what I'm saying. You know, like I'll show you some images where she'll just go right foot, left foot, right foot. Really, you should be walking with 1 foot forward, but she does it sometimes, and I'd like to see her use a bit more head movement coming in. I know she's got real beautiful fluidity and good head movement too, and she can do it, but sometimes just walking straight in on a line like that, obviously she's going to try to hurt her opponent, but just coming with a bit more, you know, like setting up those backhands that she's trying to do with a bit more cuteness, I think, you know. Because like I said, Taylor's got fast hands, and she's, you know, they're both warriors, man. They're just like, I can't believe how Taylor fought back and was just able to come back from that. It's really impressive. They've both got warrior spirits. It should be a really good fight. And that's on the undercard of Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. But in terms of like, do I generally think that Serrano's going to knock out Katie Taylor? Yeah, I do, because of what I said about how she's not going to want to leave it to the judges. She's got more power. And another key to victory for Katie Taylor really is for her to not get into these exchanges, because when you are, first of all, an exchange is, you know, you're bringing the fight into a 50-50 situation. However, when you are exchanging with someone with more power, your percentage goes down. So you're just basically, you know, it's kind of more of a suicidal way to fight, really. When you can move a little bit, you know, use your fast hands, use your check hooks, and box a little bit more, because when you start tearing it up and exchanging, you open yourself up to that Serrano power. And that's, you know, she can punch harder, she can really whip those shots in. So I'm expecting a Serrano knockout, to be honest. I think it could come around between 5 and 7, just like last time. I think when she puts the pressure on, puts the heat on, and has that, you know, that spirit, especially with all the training she's been doing and how she's been punching, I can see a stoppage between 5 and 7 for Serrano. But I wish them both well. I hope we get a good fight, and I've got more videos coming on this Latino card. It's like so much boxing coming on right now. I'm running out of time. I just look up and I'm like, wow, I've got this to make, that to make, that to make. I've got to get to work, but I'll do our best to get this Latino card up tomorrow. Oscar Collazo is on that card. Obviously the main event, Ramirez and Chris Billam-Smith, and I know Tevin Farmer's fighting Zapata. Ramirez and Barboza on there. I might not be able to go into too much detail just because I haven't got enough time to watch all these fights just to get a fresh memory of how they fight, you know. That's what I like to do. I'll do a video nonetheless and just at least talk about it from like an excitement point of view without maybe any predictions, but we'll see. But let me know your thoughts on this fight. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching as always. Peace.
Boxing.